Well, I'm hardly qualified to be the sole authority on what prayer is, but I can tell you what it's been for me, and I can tell you that many I've shared my philosophy with have felt connected to it as well. And to me, prayer, like meditation, is so many things. It is a it is a sacred space that is unique to each individual, and it expresses itself in ways that are unique to each one of us. It's not one thing. Prayer can be a state of being, it can be an action, it can be a state of awareness, it can be a relationship, it can be a process. But always in its purest form, I have found that it is firstly an instinctual spiritual language that we seem to know how to speak. It seems to be something we naturally know how to do. And when we do it, it tends to pull us into a higher frequency where our mind can surrender to our presence and to our divine flow. I have found that prayer holds within it a substance that anchors you to your natural state of being, of contentment, peace, and openness to be part of the divine stream. It opens this mystical world of this divine energy to us. I have found it to be a ladder as well as a slide. It takes me up, and I also experience things sliding down into me. So until you really experience its true power in a way that's beyond average, it's going to be hard to grasp with your mind. So that's what I'm inviting you to today, is to experience prayer in a way that springboards you beyond your mind and takes you into a physical experience in where you are stepping into another dimension, and that you are having one foot in this world and you're having one foot in another. To me, that is prayer. It's walking my steps with these practical feet, with my head floating in the clouds, looking above all of the fray and all of the pettiness. It's a beautiful prayer I love to say. It says, "Make me a teacher in thy cause my mouth to utter the wisdom of thy ways, make me wise, kind, good, and understanding. Give me the courage of thy martyrs, the patience of thy saints, and the knowledge of thy chosen ones. Make me a fire that will burn through the darkness of man's ignorance, a flag that will fly above his weakness, and a song that will sing and echo through despair." I feel when I am in that place that I am praying to be something so much bigger than myself, my physical self. That prayer is from an incredible spiritual teacher from the Middle East named Abdul Baha. So no matter how long or short your prayer is, when you pray from your heart, it will shoot you beyond the sphere of your mind, and all of the lower flowing energies will just go to sleep. It'll put your fear into a nap. So if you allow me to take you on this journey of prayer and consider looking at it as a closer relationship with your soul's creator, and as a mechanism to release illusions of fear and the power they have over you, and to open a corridor where you can experience the mystical, where you can experience the power of vibrational healing, connection, and transformation. I really had a hard time when I first started learning how to pray because I couldn't stop my mind. Part of me was scared to get spiritual because it meant I thought I was going to have to sacrifice something. Spiritual people are meek. Spiritual people don't want things. And all the confusion that I hadn't sorted through yet, I hadn't tapped into my nobility, into my divine realm, my worthiness, hadn't gotten there yet. So for a long time, I had to really force myself to pray, and it didn't always feel good. It felt perfunctory, like I was doing a task. And when I started to realize that there's no right way or wrong way, it's just a space where you give your higher creation an opportunity to show you who you are. Because our soul is like a radio receiver. It is designed to search for this stream, this connection. And that's its sole purpose. It will never stop doing this. And it's supposed to connect, not just to check off things on a list. So I encourage you when you pray to know that your purpose is to just feel connected. And until your mind has enough prayer to build on it day by day, you're going to have a little resistance, and that's okay. Just keep working on it day by day. The thoughts get softer and the resistance gets less. And then that substance, that incredible substance that is made of prayer, will start to lift you above. The ladder will start to appear. And it took me a long time to get this concept. And I couldn't understand why my prayers and my affirmations weren't working for very long. I was saying things like, I am powerful, I am abundant, I am living in my highest vibration. But I could tell I didn't believe it. Part of me was saying that, trying to convince me that those things were true. And a term that I use very frequently now when I work with my clients was I was in a space of untethered hope. And that's different than prayer, which is based on trust. I was praying 90% of the time from a place of my grips of fear, asking to be pulled out of some type of doubt, worry, or anxiety, or sense of lack that I didn't have what I needed. So until you give yourself permission to just pray, knowing that your prayer will be heard, it will be deciphered, and it will come out just the way it's supposed to. And in the moments when your fear and your chemicals shut you down, that's where your daily practice book comes in so handy, because I had many spaces where I couldn't formulate the words. It was just, oh God, help me, please. And I know that prayer was effective, but I wanted a different kind of prayer. I didn't just want to be stuck in rescue me prayer. I was ready for a relationship where I could expand and become a better version of me. So I started searching for prayers that were pre-written or that I could write or that other people had written. And man, was that a lifesaver. So I'll just encourage you to do that, because without that, your fear never really lets you feel the power of your prayer long enough to believe that this divine process will always take care of you. It will not allow you. It's got that credit card and it's ordering all these life experiences to convince you that it's right. See, God isn't coming through. See, it isn't working. See, you're still struggling. And that's just part of the truth. Because that divine bounty is never without flow. It's never not part of who you. Remember that ocean that we're part of. It's the oxygen we're breathing in. But it certainly causes us to lose sight of where we are. It gives us these veils and these blockages, and many times that can prevent us from praying. The very thing we need to get out of it. Part of us thinks that if we get too spiritual, we're not going to have time to worry. And we won't be able to figure it out the way we usually figure it out. And so it's practice on a daily basis that helps you to catapult yourself out. When you give yourself permission to immerse yourself in the presence of the love that is in the prayer, you're going to get a different result. It's going to go from I am powerful to I am power. You're going to go from I am abundant to I am abundance. And you're going to start understanding as your soul starts to give you a different type of awareness, the power of prayer. So these are just words. I'm using language to explain a divine process, like putting an ocean in a teacup. So until you immerse yourself in it long enough to experience the true power and hit the vibration that where you feel the power of it, nothing I say will convince you. So I encourage you, build on it day by day. Prayer is magic. Prayer holds within it vibrational magic, and it does things beyond anything our mind can conceive or understand. It's a process where we openly release what we do not know how to handle, and where we openly invite wisdom so that we can walk in this physical body in the highest and best way possible.